Deep within an undersea volcano is the foreboding headquarters of the most diabolical villains of all time, the conglomerate of evil. Joining us today is our newest member, Bill, who brings with him what he promises will be our most devious and effective plan yet at bending civilization to our control. Bill? Well, we simply pour millions of dollars into American campaigns and elect candidates of our choosing who will then do our bidding in the halls of government.
And how do we do that exactly?
We start by setting up a super PAC.
We already tried using a whole army of super yaks. Doesn't work.
No, not super yak, super PAC. We just set that up so we can fund an unlimited amount of money into elections, drowning out everybody else and getting our candidates elected.
What about when people find out we're the ones pouring all this money into their elections? We do have a bit of a rep, you know.
Well, we'll just run that money through another organization called a 501c4, keeping our donations totally anonymous and keeping us completely invisible.
Ooh, I like that.
Sounds pretty risky to me.
Not at all. It's totally legal. The Supreme Court said so in their Citizens United decision.
So no one can stop us?
No. Well, the American people could if they got together and passed a constitutional amendment overturning Citizens United, but they're too distracted by their hashtags and cat memes.
All in favor of Bill's insidious plan for domination, say aye.
Aye.
Adopted. Let the dark money start flowing. Now on to our next item. Whose turn is it to clean up after the yaks?
He bundles cash contributions with baling wire. He has won acclaim in international art circles for his redrawing of congressional districts. He has a standing invitation to lunch at the White House, but prefers to sit. He's too big to jail and too smart to fail. He is the most influential man in America.
I don't always buy elections, but when I do, I buy American. Stay silent, my friends.
This is the Citizens United v. FEC Supreme Court decision. In a nutshell, it basically states corporations have the same First Amendment rights as the American people. Now, why is this ruling a threat to our democracy? Well, in 1976, a ruling in Buckley v. Valeo decided that spending money on behalf of candidates or political parties is a form of free speech protected by the First Amendment. In other words, money equals speech. Wait a minute. So, if corporations are treated like people under the First Amendment, that means that they have the constitutional right to funnel as much money as they want into influencing the elections. This opens the door for a for-profit company, an entity that has no ties to family, friends, or country, and whose sole function is profit, to have an exponentially larger say in what happens in the people's nation than you or I do. We just can't compete with the money they control. How is this fair? Well, 85% of US citizens are with you. In fact, more people believe in witchcraft than agree with the Citizens United decision. So why doesn't Congress just overturn the Supreme Court? Because the decision was based on the Constitution, a document that was supposed to be made by the people for the people. Thus, an amendment is required in order to take back our democracy from the corporations and back to we, the people. In fact, such an amendment is currently making its way through the House and the Senate this very moment. Your voice matters, especially when it comes to fighting this looming evil of corporate corruption. Now is the time for action, to remind the corporations that this country belongs to we, the people.
So much money in politics, that's our biggest problem. So much money, they filthy rich, like who gon' never solve them? I'm here to tell you just a little bit, untold secrets in politics. Corruption through our democracy, could've sworn this government's mocking me, cause we don't have all the same luxuries, they don't tell the truth. Destiny Galindo, and I'm fighting for this youth. Democracy for all amendment, you should check it out. just see how this works out. I'm sick of all these elections, getting drained with so much money. Making jokes and taking from the poor ain't never funny. Like, why should I elect you if you ain't gon' represent me? Where you going, where you been? Government let us in. They filthy rich and we dirt poor, so why they the ones asking for more? If you know about elections and how it goes, billionaires and corporations fighting toe to toe. This is every day. Welcome to the American show. Like, welcome to the American show. Welcome to the American show. Like, welcome to the American show.
We are told climate change is a lie until it isn't. The economic inequality is a myth until the divide is unmistakable. That we are safe until we see the truth. When did the greed of men hiding behind corporations and super PACs become more powerful than the people? When did the 99 lose its voice? It was 2010. Citizens United. That case gave the super rich new buying power over us in the shaping of this nation. They have already spent billions to get the right people elected, the right laws passed, by controlling what we watch, heard, and knew, all for profit. Profits mean nothing now. People are the true wealth of this nation. Somewhere along the line that was forgotten. If I could go back, I'd show them the damage greed will cause. Show them what we will lose. Citizens United stole our voice. Political equality should be guaranteed to all Americans, regardless of wealth. 2016, we must speak up and overturn it, and take back the one thing that keeps us free, our voice.
Democracy is not for sale or rent or lease. Democracy must be one person, one vote, if you please. 'Cause with every contribution that they take, there's a little less progress we make, and it's holding us down. Change the Constitution. Hit democracy for all and take action. Reach out to Congress. We gotta change the Constitution. Our democracy is not for sale or rent or lease.
Our democracy is not for sale.
Our democracy is not for sale or rent or lease.
Our democracy
is not for sale or rent or lease.
For sale.
Our democracy is not for sale or rent or lease.
Our democracy is not for sale.
Our democracy is not for sale